Everywhere in the city, traffic moves at a snail's pace. We can agree on that. But South Parkdale is a minefield of detours, brake lights, and seething frustration. Starting with the orange cones at the corner of King and Dufferin, where new condos are going up. On a game day at BMO Field, smaller streets like this one are slammed by drivers looking for a shortcut. Then there's the Jameson on-ramp, long criticized for being too short to merge onto the Gardner in a safe way. When there's traffic there, cars often have to fight their way into the queue. In a community where most residents don't own a car, their streets are crawling with them.
We live with it.
Rick Amos of the Parkdale Residents Association says the traffic demand exceeds capacity. South Parkdale is a connection point not only to the Lakeshore and Gardner, but 3 other neighborhoods: King West, Queen West, and Liberty Village. And the gridlock is expected to get worse once major work on the future Ontario line, BMO Field expansion, and Ontario Place transformation gets underway.
For the people here, that's our backyard. So that's our version of cottage country. So having access to it is really important for us.
It should be a location that has a lot of viable alternatives.
Yet Maddie Simioticki of the Infrastructure Institute at the University of Toronto says taking transit through South Parkdale is not the easiest option. He blames the deterioration of the King Street Transit Corridor, which had made riding the crowded, screeching 504 streetcar convenient.
It used to be a real viable alternative for people to get into the downtown core much quicker. And because it's not being enforced, the transit is not as reliable, it's not as quick.
And we have all this construction around us.
Amos says underlying all of this is concern about increasing density and how it affects working-class people who live along the lively streetscape. Towers are sprouting like weeds, with community hubs like the McDonald's and Burger King at Dufferin and King already lost to luxury condos.
We should be looking at every project, every development through an equity lens and making sure that it's contributing something back to the community so that we're not spurring gentrification and displacement.
86% of South Parkdale's population are renters, versus less than half for the broader city. About a third live below the poverty line. Despite having different needs, Amos says developers keep looking across the street at Liberty Village.
20 years ago it was a brownfield. Now it's all 20, 30-story buildings. This is an established neighborhood that's been here for 150 years. So to come into this neighborhood to densify it even more than it already is, that creates challenges for us.
Challenges residents hope eventually build opportunity, not just congestion. For City News, I'm Caryn Ceolin.